Okay, so here we are entering down Brewery Grade. You can see the snow. The Sunshine Mill. It's beautiful inside. I've had a few brides and grooms doing weddings in there. Lots of activities. It's a very unique, vintagely inspired winery. And here we go on our only roundabout in the town, which works quite well. Kind of throws people for a loop from the outer eastern cities. And we are entering downtown here. Got to slow down to 20. Domino's. Old buildings. Lots of cool, rustic looking things. New brew pubs and restaurants that have come up in the last few years. I've been downtown for about 15 years in business. Oh, look, billboard. The Dolls vote for the top 5. Small town. It's you blink if you drive too fast. So my business is located right after the light here on the right. I have not been able to get my sign out yet. I do have signs in the windows, but not up above the or under the awning yet. I'm going to turn right here on Laughlin Street. And downtown parking sucks. I'm going to try to get back right there. I don't mind walking, but at night it's dark, so this is no parking back here, so I have to wait a minute and then back up. I'm going to pause this video for a minute. Okay, I'm in. I'll do to grab my stuff. I'll go around and get it. Not bad. Had these Suburban for a long time. Taught me how to. Oh, don't even look at my car. It's a mess. Things have to go to the post office. And we're gonna walk to my location. Here he is. Window's got dirty. I need to get out here and do some housekeeping. As you can see, says coming soon. And I get phone calls quite a bit. Okay, in we go. Oh, good. You're still filming. So, I'm going to turn on the open sign. Oh, there it is. It's dark in here because, well, I do have a light on. So, the previous store owner had some stuff on the wall. So, I'm getting ready to paint. Got everything kind of in a spot in case my husband decides to come in. He doesn't have to ask too much. We've got a small area set up right here. I'll go turn on the lights, but I have draw curtains across the windows just in case. I don't want people looking at what I'm doing yet because I'm not officially open, but I do want kids to come over and grab their ties and stuff if they need them. That's a gown I'm working on. Some bow ties and stuff. Okay, I'm going back here into where I've got stuff kind of everywhere. This is storage right now. That door. Don't know if anybody cares about this stuff, so I'm gonna just turn those on. So, yeah, we just got everything in place. And this is my little makeshift coffee station. And water, little place to sit if I want. But yes, there are a lot of things that I haven't even had a chance to do. But one thing I do have is a dry storage for my tuxedos and suits. And as you can see, there's quite a few. I think I have like 250 tuxes. I also have some overstock over here for brides and different things. And then I've got a makeshift fitting room my husband made me. That gown is actually, I just did alterations and took 5 inches off of it. And she'll be in today to try it on. Lots of work still to be done in the business. These are some of the styles that I have in stock that are most popular for tuxedos for kids and wedding parties. And this is just to get them up so people can look. But you can see we're trying to figure out where to put fitting rooms. Over here I've been working on my sewing and I want to get that more organized. Counter space, mirrors that we acquired from JCPenney's when they closed, and just anywhere and everywhere that we were able to find things over the years. These 2 counter spaces right were something I picked up along the way. Now we're thinking about maybe putting fitting rooms here. And then these are some of the wedding gowns that I still have in stock. And they're dress samples, but we sell them all the time. Also, as well as little girl dresses for flower girls. Here is an area where I'm working with a gal who is a quilter, and she has a business in Onalaska, Washington. But she also has a business here in the Dalles. So she comes back and forth, and she is an insurance company here in the Dalles too, Maggie Woods. And she comes to town, I think, she's here every week. She and her son and her daughter work in the business with her husband, I believe. And anyways, she was holding classes while every Monday or every third Monday night here before I assumed the space. And I said, let's just continue that tradition. So here we are, getting ready. It's about 2 weeks into January. I've had the keys and the space to myself for since the first of the year. And just trying to do small baby steps every day. Lighting's nice, it's not bad. This one side over here lacks it, so we're gonna have to get creative. This is on us. We're not by any means able to don't really want to sink a lot of money into the building, but we will do what it takes. We've done that before wherever we go usually. At least put, a nice coat of paint, make it look nice and doable. Everything here is kind of pieced together. And I'm okay with that. I think the townspeople are okay with that too. It's a local spot and they don't have to drive another 100 miles to Portland. And especially like the east area of Oregon, we get an awful lot of orders for tuxedos, and even across the river on the Washington side. They tend to come over here and need things. I think Yakima is the closest town for them, so big town. And I'm not even sure if they have a men's warehouse or whatnot. But as far as dresses go, last year, 2 years ago after I had my stroke, I decided to let some things go because I didn't know if I was going to be able to come back and continue doing my business. So first thing to go was 600 women's and ladies' dresses. And I sold them for pennies on the dollar to another bridal salon. And she took them and happily said thank you. But I decided to, at that point, go into the basement of the building I was in, and I was leasing the full space, but it was like adequate space. I mean, I think at least 6,000 square feet on each floor. So I vacated the top floor, which is the main street level, and I went into the basement, which had lots of room, and I had it cutely decorated. So I felt good about it. And the yoga shop actually moved into the upstairs space. So we shared space, and it worked out okay, but after a while, I think, anyways, life happens, different things go on. And, I went to work for the school for a while, and Mother's Day weekend, I ended up very, very sick. Everybody at school had been coughing and sneezing, and I was working in the library over at our local elementary school, and germs were everywhere. I ended up with pneumococcal pneumonia, and didn't realize that I'd probably been walking around with pneumonia for a while. But yeah, so I was in the hospital for probably about 4 or 5 days. Sick person. I never had, even really didn't realize that I was just coughing up a lot of, and chest heaviness and that kind of thing. Anyway, a few other people had it. Kids at the school, too. I mean, everybody was sick. But then I went home to try to get better, and I wasn't getting better. And then I really said to my husband, I need to get back to the hospital. Got back over there a few days after I'd been at home and realized that that the ER doctor said, you have sepsis, your body's shutting down, you're a very sick lady. And I didn't even know what sepsis was. So took me by surprise, and of course I realized I was sick. I knew I was sick even before I left the hospital. I was like, I'm still sick, I don't feel good. But they say, go home, we can't keep you here any longer, you can get better at home. And that's what I was really trying to do. But when I couldn't even walk from my bedroom out into the family room, I was like, something's not right. So my lungs, what's it called? They were filling with fluid and, oh geez, I'm trying to think of the words. Anyways, collapsing. So I was like, oh, no wonder I can't breathe. Anyways, it's been about 6 months. I'm doing well. Doctor is very happy with my minerals and vitamins in my body are actually doing very good. They're making a comeback. And I'm back I was back at the school for a little bit this fall, subbing instead of being a full-time person. I decided to sub so I can come and go if I needed to. And I decided to get out of that building over there that I was in because it got rainwater down there in the basement. Every time it rained, hello, we're in Oregon, so I put up with that for 5 years, and then I said, maybe that's part of my health problem. I wasn't sure, so, and other person was coming into the situation, so I guess it just worked out for me to move. So we packed everything and got out of there, and the lady that had this shop right here allowed me to camp in here in the back, basically, with a desk area and whatnot up here for 4 months as she was getting ready to retire her business, and she just retired the 31st of December. So now it's my spot. I'm excited. I'm happy. Got great people have been excited for me. I'm back up on Main Street and 2nd Street, but we call it Main sometimes. And I have a storefront. And yeah, we got to get this baby going because winter formal's here. Bridal season's around the corner. I've already sold 3 dresses this last week, so people would, I think, really appreciate me being here, even if it's not the high-end boutique look and whatnot. It works. I think it works for a lot of people, and they're just happy they don't have to drive way over to Portland and fight the traffic and the crowds. So for me, I'm excited to continue with my business and maybe get a little help with setting up and whatnot. But I've been in business 15 years. I'm not too worried about getting set up. I can do this. We got this. But it always helps to have a little something, and if it's available, hey, why not check into it. And you never know. So looking forward to submitting this video. I hope it's not too wordy because I do talk, but I just kind of wanted you all to know that we're over here and doing okay. But it is going to help our little town if we get the small business resolution people here, because the house is gorgeous. It's so pretty. Cold in the winter and warm in the summer, and I love it. And I just hope that the small business people are, your resolution folks will agree that, we need to have a little bit of a facelift, and our businesses could sure use a hand. So hats off to you guys. Appreciate you guys getting us in on this, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Take care.